Now I just did that. There we go. Let's try this again and see if this works. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if I'm live because I can't get the bloody computer to open up. Let's see here. Um, Hello, hi, howdy. There we go. Come on, open up, open up. Okay, it's telling me I'm live here. So we'll see how long this lasts. I don't know what was going on. It didn't even tell me that it canceled the stream. Um, I got no clue. I don't know what's going on. Um, I was sitting here looking at this. All of a sudden, I got the spinny, but this was still transmitting. So I got no bloody clue uh, what happened. But the whole time I've been gone, I've been sitting here working on it. I cannot believe she is sleeping down inside my sweater like this. But she very seldom ever sleeps unless she's on my chest. So, no, no clue. Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy things happening. You aren't kidding. I got, I had a hard time even getting it to open up this morning to uh, to do anything with any other videos. It really, I couldn't view videos. I couldn't do. So hopefully everybody else sees that we're live and comes back. Uh, Go figure. So how much snow did you guys get, Jan? Hopefully not a lot. I mean, from the video that you put out, what, yesterday, it looked like you guys got a butt ton. 3 inches? That's not too awful bad. Um, I think in the last 5 days, we've got right about 6.5 inches. Thank God that storm the other day wasn't as bad as they were saying because they were forecasting 6 to 8 inches, possibly a foot in certain places. But we only got probably about 4.5 inches off that storm. Now, this one coming in tomorrow, we got no clue what it's going to do. Um, it's snowing now. We had terrible flooding. We had some roads that were completely washed out. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the flooding. I need to get back a hold of mom and dad today and find out because they said this morning on the weather that um, parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, into the Ohio Valley, from the Dixie Alley up until the Ohio Valley, got some bad flooding. Virginia as well, Virginia and West Virginia. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what this new storm does. We expected most of our snowfall from lake effect snow, but we've not got the heavy lake effect that everybody thought was um, going to hit us. It's been real light. I mean, blowy at times, but it's been light enough that it drifts real easy. It's crazy, Jans. Jan, some towns are underwater, especially the ones that are down. Yeah, I seen videos from a couple towns this morning that were completely their main part of town, that the low lying part of town was completely flooded. All their roads had water in them, right up the front of buildings. Some of them 6, 7, 8 inches. So I've been watching Ryan Hall. Yeah, Ryan is one of them that I really like. Max Velocity is another one. Him and Ryan seem to be, yeah, pretty neck and neck most of the time. Yeah, Max and Ryan are both going to school to become professional meteorologists, if there is such a thing. But they're really good. If they're considered amateur now, then I can't wait to see how good they are when they become professionals. Those they're good. We're supposed to get 6 inches of snow Wednesday. Yeah, I believe that's coming off our storm on Tuesday, because once again it's going to be two storm fronts meeting each other. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow and stuff here, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, um, Louisiana. They're all supposed to get freezing rain, and then they're going to merge as the one comes down through us. They're going to merge and expand out. So yeah, you guys are going to get it. Jan's supposed to get it. They're supposed to have freezing temperatures and stuff right down into Tennessee in the deep south. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. Yeah. Ryan is Eastern Kentucky. He was talking about it this morning in his overnight video, talking about being in Eastern Kentucky, the beginning of Appalachia. Camping Cage, good morning. Hope you're doing well this morning. 14 there. It's 10 here. So you guys aren't much warmer than we are right now. It's only 10 degrees here. It's been snowing on and off since I got out of bed. Right now it's saying cloudy, but I don't know if I trust that or not. So we're going to go to my good old NOAA and see what NOAA says. If I can find it here. There it is. Yeah, as you can see, they've got Indiana and a big chunk of Michigan all under that winter storm advisory for tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting. You went back out now, honey? You went back out now? Hmm? Where you at down there? good people in Eastern Kentucky. Yes, there are. I used to date a guy from Pike County, Kentucky. Oh, cool. There are good people in Eastern Kentucky. There really are. There really are. Same as there are in Eastern Tennessee. I don't know what it is, but it seems like the closer you get to Appalachia, the nicer the people are. I'm over winter. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Tony. This thing was still filming, never gave me any kind of a sign or symbol or an inkling that it had quit um, streaming. So I'm sitting here continuously streaming, kept trying to reset the computer, and nothing was happening. And then I started looking at it, and it was telling me that no one was watching. So I came back on here, and it said 4 people were watching. It's like, okay, shut it down, start a new one, go from there. You ready to go back out there with Mama? Hmm? You ready to go back out there with Mama? She's asleep right now. Crazy little kittens. Why, thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. Never was a cat person. Don't know why they like me so much. Probably because they're so tiny and cute. What? What? Did you make a poop? Did you make a poop somewhere? Or did you just fart? Did you break winds? Hmm? Wee. Tiny butt. There. You're not going to climb up my shoulder and stuff. Get in here where you stay warm. Spring. Spring has those muddy months. I'll take those muddy months over cold temps and ice. Definitely so. I can deal with the mud. What are you doing, silly? Uh, the only bad thing, the cold months, yeah, they kind of get annoying after a bit. But the worst thing about the cold months is the bugs that go around with them. I very seldom ever get sick in the summertime. Even them summer bugs when they hit. But I'll tell you what, them winter bugs, they will knock you down, kick you, call you dirty names, try to violate you. Oh, don't get me wrong, I don't prefer cold, but I think if it could be 70 or 75 year round, I would just be the happiest little mofo you ever met in your life. Of course, it's President's Day. Let's not forget that. Um, didn't take the trash can down last night because our thing from the trash company said that they don't work on holidays. If your schools and your courthouse is closed, then they are not picking up. And our school and courthouse is closed today, but at 6 o'clock this morning, um, I heard my first trash truck. So, yeah, you can't exactly lay out on the beach and get a tan or lay out next to your pool at 70 or 75. But it beats the hell out of -5. However, cold moderates insect populations in theory. Yeah, definitely so. What is it with you? You like your face covered up, but don't like the rest of you covered up. They just exude cuteness. What? What? I know y'all probably can't hear her meowing down here, but she's like, I think she's getting hungry. Let me take her back out to her mom real quick. Um, she probably needs to learn how to use it. We've not seen any little poops or anything laying around yet. I mean, she's still only drinking milk, so I would say probably within the next week or two, she's going to start learning to use the litter box, especially now that we can't keep her in a box anymore. Um, yeah, come on, let's go. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm going to take her to her mama. I think she's getting hungry. Oh, she is a lot like a human baby. All she does is sleep, eat, and poop. So, and she has not slept or ate anything um, in the last 2 hours. Oh. All right, back and without the kitten. Couldn't find Mama, so I stuck her back in the box. Of course, she'll probably just crawl out of the damn thing, be running around the house when I get done here. But it's what they do. They grow up. They're much like kids. You harbor them and take care of them the best you can. And before you know it, they're out of the house doing their own thing, running around. Of course, she's hanging out with Ralphie and George and her mom. So she's, probably living the good life. Convincing Ralph that he's not her mother and that she can't nurse off of him is a little bit of a chore. He likes to crawl in the box and lay down, and of course, the kitten, being a kitten, bites his nipple and he just lays there and takes it. I don't know what it is about that weird cat. So I hope and pray that the weather doesn't affect all of you that much and it's not that bad. Good morning, Lee. Good to see you. What are you doing in Florida? That's where old people go. You're younger than me, and I have no desire to go there yet. Of course, much like the Canadian geese, I'll start to feel that draw after a while. But visiting my parents for a week. Man, living where you live at, that's going to be weird for you. Well, I don't know what this next weather front's going to do. So yeah, it might be just like being at home. I remember the only time I was ever in Florida was the first week of March, 1989, and it was colder than hell down there. I don't know how anybody could sit and talk about how warm Florida always is when I saw the Gulf of America for the first time on that trip, and I had on a hoodie and a Levi jacket, standing on the beach watching the waves come in. There was nothing warm about it. Yesterday was in the 70s. Right now it's in the 50s. God. It's still a sensational temperature compared to what we have right now. I waited in Pensacola Bay in December, about an hour west of Orlando. Are you going to go visit Mickey Mouse while you're there? Pensacola Bay, December of 79. It was cold, man. The week I was in Tampa, it rained um, 3 of the 6 days I was there. And 2 days after it stopped raining, we had to head up to Asheville, North Carolina. And my buddy took me down across the big bridge out of Tampa and went to the Gulf Coast right out there. And it was cold. So, yeah, no, not going to see the mouse. Though I've never been to Disney. I would really honestly like to go to Disney just once in my life, but I want somebody else to pay for it. I am not about I'm not about to pay 100 some odd dollars to get into that damn park for one day and then have to pay extra for everything else. No, 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 no. I remember back when Kings Island in southwest Ohio hit 37.50 a person. That's the last time I ever went. It's snowing again down here, 58 in my bedroom. Morning, Ty. Brr. I believe it's 200 and some dollars. My shit. Not on my income. The house of the mouse can burn down because I ain't never going down there. Not for that price. Not for that price. It'll, well, hell will freeze over before, and it's gonna do it here real soon. Kings Island isn't far from that either. See, I just can't see. The first time I ever went to Kings Island, I think I paid $25 for the day. When I went in, when I went in '88 is when it was 37. I think 37.50, and I've not been back since. Morning, me. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Driving to Oklahoma. There's gonna be some snow down there, bud. Tomorrow, I believe. Tonight, tomorrow, something like that. They're talking about snow in the panhandle of Texas and up into Oklahoma. Rain south of there. So I hope you're safe, my friend. And you're right. It's about that price, if not a little more. It's been 6 years since I've been there, much longer than that for Disney World. You know, when my boys were younger, their mom used to take them to Disney every year. And I don't see how she done it. I really on I do. It was her mom and dad that gave them the money to go. But yeah, they used to go every year. I think my boys have been to Disney World 6 or 7 times. And I mean, granted, it take you 6 or 7 times to see it all, but I just don't see paying that kind of money. Morning, Drew. Yes, it's a little chilly in here this morning. Oh, and I found some family history information I never knew. I was driving in it yesterday. They moved me to Texas Regional. Ah, gotcha. Ding, ding. I saw Disney World when they were first going to build the park. Man, I'll tell you what, I wish I was alive back when, they were selling stock for some of these amusement parks. Because even though amusement parks have kind of, fallen to the wayside a little bit compared to what they were 30 or 40 years ago, they're still making a buttload of money. I don't even know if Paramount still owns Kings Island. I know there for a while they did. Um, what, during the 90s when the Star Trek experience was opened in Las Vegas, Paramount was also going around and buying amusement parks. and making them big Paramount attractions and having Star Trek characters walk around and stuff like that. I don't even know if Paramount still owns Kings Island. Um, I have to send you the picture of the historical marker. Very cool, Ty. I look forward to seeing that. 119 a day base rate for non Florida residents. $119 a day, take you 5 days to see it all. And do you realize how long $500 will keep me in cigars? At $23 a pack or $23 a box lasts me a week. You figure just a little over $100 for every 5 boxes. Hell, I got what, 15, 20 weeks, half a year worth of cigars for that price. Don't think they do anymore. Whoever owns the Sandusky, Ohio Park owns Kings Island. Santee gave me the idea of doing a video about it. That's without staying at any of the resort or special events. Yeah, that's the killer, man. That's the killer is paying for the damn hotels or the resorts and stuff. It just, wow. Oh. But yeah, since Freya's now climbing out of boxes and stuff like that, I've got to rearrange the living room so she don't get under any of the furniture or anything. We do have recliners and stuff out here that I don't want her to get squished in the framework. So God forbid you go with a family of rugrats that want to get on every single ride and see every character. Yeah, no. If I'm going to spend that kind of money to go somewhere like that, I'm going to be riding rides myself. And I'm going to make sure that every one of them have got a height restriction. That way somebody else has to stay on the ground with the rugrats while I go have fun. Standing in line for each ride at an average 30 minutes per ride. You're not. Hey, Dev, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good. I've never had any interest in going. I think the one in Sandusky is called Cedar Point. I believe so. I believe it's either a Cedar Point or no, it's not Six Flags. I believe it's Cedar Point. I don't think it's Six Flags over Sandusky. The old Dev been dealing. You know that's illegal, right? Oh, you mean just dealing with life? I got you. I understand. Same here, my friend. Same here. I don't necessarily have to go on the rides, but just go there once would be bucket. Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like to go to Kings Island or to Disney World or something like that, just to say I've been there. And I mean, I would want to see some of the attractions and stuff. But I would have more fun going to like Universal Studios or something than I would going to, because I've conquered the best roller coasters of my childhood, and some of them that were even more terrifying than those. There's nothing exciting left for me, going and seeing the attractions, um, Harry Potter and Jurassic Park and Star Wars and stuff like that would be really, really cool to me. I don't necessarily need the rides. Um, Disney World more times than I care to think about, all when I was a teenager. Morning, David. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning. Is there a squirrel sniper in here? There's Squirrel Sniper. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, everyone. Just smash the like button. Hey, gotta run, guys. Good chatting with you. Golf cart has my name on it. Go for it, bud. Go for it. Go have some fun. Go have some fun. Hope mom and dad's doing well and you really enjoy your time with them. We'll catch you later. Disney Space Camp, the world's greatest indoctrination center. Huh. Brenna took her two kids 3 years before we got together. My dad took me to Universal Studios in Florida when I was 13. It's awesome. Got the need for speed. Good morning, everyone. There was a high wind warning last night. Some trees were damaged, but no one is hurt. Good morning, Stephen. That's good news. That's good news. I know these storms, man, this year have been kicking butt. I mean, especially out east. We think we're getting hit hard in Michigan. What's going on out in the Ohio Valley, out into Virginia, West Virginia, the Carolinas, up and down the East Coast? Terrible, terrible. I need to get a hold of the wife's dad and find out how he's doing in Maine, if he's even been able to get that 18-wheeler out. Because we're expecting him back here, within the next few weeks. He said he was coming back in 3 months, and that'd be March. So hopefully things have been well, and he's been able to make some money in that big truck of his. Doing good here, just trying to keep warm. 27 degrees here with high winds, 1 degree chill factor. Wow, you're actually, I think, you're warmer than Jan is in Ohio, and much warmer than we are here in Michigan. You're 17 degrees warmer than we are. It is chilly. Ottawa has had 3 days of straight heavy snow. Jeez, you criminy. It's like I was saying earlier. We were supposed to get heavy snow from that last storm that came through, and then get a lot of lake effect snow. But it's just been kind of a steady flurry for 24 hours now. From the lake effect, every once in a while the winds will pick up and we'll get like a little snow squall, and then it stops. And let me see here. Sandstone Falls, West Virginia is where my family historical marker is. Huh? Sandstone Falls. I had to get my hands on some more sandstone, soapstone, sandstone, something. We had a snowstorm on Saturday, ice yesterday, and windstorm today. Yeah, our snowstorm hit on Thursday night and Friday. So yeah, you guys got the pushover what went across the rest of the lakes. Um, Luckily, we only had just a smidgen of ice with it. Everything it was all snow. Um, and I mean, we got some wind out here today, but not a lot. Michigan is recovering, getting ready for that next storm coming in tomorrow. It was 7 or it was an hour ago. It's sunny here. Not that anything is going to melt. All these snowstorms have missed us. We got about 2 inches. You're lucky. We have lots of lake effect snow from Michigan. Hey, Mark. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Hope the new job's going good. You just missed Lee. He's down in Florida with his parents, getting ready to go out. I guess go out racing golf carts. You know, big whopping 23 mile an hour. Even my old butt can run faster than that. Bud Nick, good morning. Hope you're doing well this morning. Doing well, just lots of training. Oh, I bet. No one ever said that correctional work was easy. As a matter of fact, Mike, you know Mike, he worked as county sheriff down in Peru, Indiana, and also worked for Indiana correctional system. And he told me he'd rather be a sheriff. He said, he said, screw that correctional stuff. I don't care if it's kids, girls, guys, hardened killers. No, I'd much rather take my chances on the streets. Should have done this a long time ago. Well, you know, a long time ago, you had no idea that people you completely trusted to help you support your family were going to stick it up your Watusi and snap it off after 18 years. So, best thing I can say, frick them in their wigwam. That's all I can say. We had about 5 inches of snow on Saturday that gradually switched over to rain and turned everything to ice. See, that's how it was for us last week. We had snow and then it slightly warmed up later in that day and switched to rain, light rain, and then overnight dropped down into the single digits and froze everything on top of the snow. So the roads they had at least plowed were now covered with ice on top of, yay much snow. So, but hey, we're surviving. The house is still 70 degrees. So, I mean, as you guys seen from the kitten earlier, 70 degrees is apparently cold as hell for her because she didn't want to come out of my sweater. That's babies for you. Closer they can get to a heartbeat and heat, happier they are. Of course, we're still trying to get that. I'm still making phone calls and talking to folks about television recognition, I guess, for some of our investigations. The advice that I have been given is update your equipment, make all your videos public, share them on these pages, share them on these websites. Somebody will spot you. I gotta head out. Y'all have a great day, Drew. Miss talking with you. Give me a holler. Will do, bud. Will do. What's nice, I get every other weekend off. Yep, that's going to come in real handy when it's time to start doing investigations again, start doing reenactments again. Oh, just take care, Ty. Definitely send me that picture of your family marker. I would like to take a look at that. Good news. Heston Steam Train Museum is bringing back Civil War days. Oh, very nice. I've been wondering about that. I really enjoyed Heston that weekend, and then when the pandemic started and they stopped doing the event, um, I was kind of heartbreaking because it was a good little event. Um, so that's good. That's good that they're bringing it back. It's an enjoyable place. Man, I'll tell you all what, just being up as long as I have, getting ready for this, taking care of the kitten, going outside to take the trash can down, I'm exhausted. I'm going to go straight lay down on that couch when this is over with. Like I said, I don't know what it is about this new flu bug because that's all the daughter did. All she done the 2 days she was sick was slept and threw up. And then the day she starts to get better, I start feeling it. And all I have wanted to do is sleep. Napanee, Napanee is dead. What's going on with that? Um, are you talking about the one at Amish Acres? What's happening with that one? I hadn't heard anything about it. Do you have to work? No, I heard it was. Do you have to work? I heard it was terrible. Oh no, I do not work today. I don't got to be in till 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I am taking the rest of the day today, and I am going to try to get as much rest in as I possibly can to be ready. Like I said, we already with with what little hours I get. I mean, my pay's not bad here at the end of the month when minimum wage goes up to 85 cents more an hour than what I'm currently making. Um, it's going to be a little better, but it'll be much better when the hours pick up, when the weather finally breaks and people are wanting to come in and hang out and watch TV and eat and stuff like that. But yeah, with the troubles we're having with the few hours that I get every week, missing these last few days of work, uh, that's that's terrible. I'm not even looking forward to, not this coming Wednesday, but next Wednesday's paycheck. Yeah, I'm going to get as much rest as I can today, so my butt can be back in there tomorrow morning with my music blaring and a smile on my face. Yes, that event is no longer there. New owners and changing everything. Wow. I had no clue. Everything I ever heard about that event said it wasn't the best event out there, but it was a good event. So, to find out that, wow, it, it, it really surprises me because the bartender in the saloon that I let shoot my musket here a couple seasons ago. Um, I have her on Facebook, and she's not said anything about that event being canceled. That's terrible. So, with that event being canceled, then how are we going to see? Um, how are we going to see our boys from Ohio? Do you normally work? Do you normally work nights or days, Mark, or does it vary from week to week? More wedding events. The Round Barn Theater canceled all shows on Grays 7 to 7. Hmm. Wow. More wedding events. The Round Barn Theater canceled all shows. See, that's surprising. That place is popular for its shows and stuff. They've had some big name stars at that place. Where's the guy that used to watch from Mexico, or was it Spain? Somewhere like that. Are you talking about Marco? He is from Portugal, and he's still around. He still comments on all the videos and everything that I release, but because of the his work schedule and the time difference between here and there, he is never able to watch us live anymore. Um, but yeah, Marco's still around. Yeah, like I said, he comments on all the videos and stuff. But that's the only time he has a chance um, to get on anymore with work schedule and kids growing up and him and the wife and family time, and it's it's the sad thing about having friends in other countries, like Christine and all of them down in Australia. We're on here at 8 to 10 in the morning, and they're watching us at midnight live in Australia. So yeah, it's a time differences suck. And we've had friends in Russia, we've had friends in Germany, we've had friends in Scotland, Ireland, um, Japan, Australia, England, France, Spain, Portugal. Oh yeah, yeah. It's nighttime. It's probably real close to 1 a.m. In Australia, at least in I don't know about all of Australia about their time differences on the continent, but where Christine is at, it is like almost 1 a.m. there right now. Yes, the other Mark, um, I don't know what happened to him. Um, we had the other Tony that lives over in England. Uh, him and his wife Katie. I still hear from them um, comments on all the videos, but because of their computer and the fact they had to change all that when their old computer went down, they can't watch the lives. They can only watch after they're live. So good thing Texas share time zones with America. It is really nice that Texas shares time zones with America. But then again, where would America be without Texas? Central Standard Time is the only time that is accurate. It's 6:20, 6:26 in Texas. That was the hardest thing for me living down there was switching time zones. I mean, think about it. I was in my I was in my 30s. I was still going out and hanging out in the bars and stuff with friends, staying up half the night, hanging out with folks. I was wanting to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and start working. A lot of nights when I was doing the cab thing down in Humble, Texas, just north of Houston, um, I wouldn't even go home. I wouldn't make the 20-mile drive home. I'd get off work at 11 or 12 o'clock at night and pull up in the big bingo parlor in Humble, just a couple blocks away from our dispatch center for the cab company. And I'd catch a couple hours of sleep in my cab and be back up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock here, to start picking people up at the Houston airport. And I would drive all day long into the night. That's why Whataburger and Jack in the Box became my best friends, because I could hold what I was wanting to eat while I was driving down the road. What does a Texan and a vegan have in common? What does a Texan and a vegan have in common? And speaking of Texans, Lady C just squeaked in the door. There's your Texan. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Lady C. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we were just talking about how kind Texas was, sharing their time zones and stuff with America. And me, not you, is, of course, driving right now, um, towards Oklahoma. So, Texas. Good morning, Scully. Hope you're doing good. Both will tell you who they are in the first 15 seconds of me. Texas shares where at. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, Lady C. Um, before I let me think here. Let me make sure and I say this right. When I lived in Texas, I got very, very addicted to Lone Star beer. Used to drink, the guys in my neighborhood looked like the guys on King of the Hill. We would get off work of an evening time and we would stand outside our friend's chain link fence with two coolers full of Lone Star. And that's where we would be until our women yelled at us and told us dinner was ready. We would, put meat on the smoker every Sunday, and everybody'd sit down together, pitch in tater salad and stuff like that. When I got back up here to the north, I only ate at Lone Star Steakhouse because I could get Lone Star beer. About 10 years after I got back here, Texas quit exporting Lone Star. So I could not get Lone Star beer anymore. Haven't been to a Texas Roadhouse since, or a Lone Star Steakhouse. It knocked me and my family out last week. You feeling better? Oh, somewhat. I just got done saying a little bit ago that here, as soon as this stream is over with, I'm going to go in, lay down on the couch for a little bit. I'm still feeling the effects, and I can't miss any more work. I missed 2 days of work, Saturday and Sunday, and then I'm off today. I cannot miss anymore. Can't do it. Hold on, I missed something here. What's that say? Texas shares that what? You feel better? It knocked me and the family out last week. My daughter was down for 2 days. I've been down for 2.5, close to 3 days. This will be my fourth day, and this is the first time I can actually sit upright or move around without feeling like I'm going to get sick. So all I have wanted to do was sleep. I have slept more in the last 3 days than I have slept in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, definitely, definitely ready to get this over with. If it texts anything on the menu, it's not. So don't if it texts us anything on the menu, it's not. Don't order it. Um, yes, that's the thing here still. If you know where to go, you can now order that from their website. Not if you don't have the money to order it, you can't. And quite honestly, if I was going to order beer um, online, I would order Belhaven from Scotland. It reminds you a lot of Lone Star, except it's much higher alcohol content because well, it's made in Scotland. You can always get a Lone Star belt buckle. Dude, I wished I would sport a Lone Star belt buckle. I would sport a Lone Star belt buckle. It would be so nice to work full time in YouTube. It's so hard being a creator. Black Label beer. You've not had Belhaven yet, Mark. You like a good strong beer. Belhaven is a good strong beer. It's not exactly the cheapest beer out there. I mean, it's not like drinking hams. Don't get me wrong. This stuff will this stuff will smack you a couple times, call you dirty names, but in a Scottish accent. It's much more acceptable that way. He needs the old school armadillo holding. Dude, I miss my armadillers. Whenever we would do a gun shoot or something down in Texas, we'd wind up chasing an armadillo all over the campsite, especially out there in West Texas where we were doing them, out on the little Concho River. Um, used to see armadillos all the time. You know, the funny thing about those is they're hollow. They're like a hollow log. I've seen them on the road several times after being hit by a car. There ain't nothing inside them things. I don't even think they got guts. I think they're just legs in a shell. I would I would absolutely love because I'm getting ready to move the old end table out to where the kittens have been, or the kitten was with Mama in the playpen. I'm going to take the playpen out and move that out there, and move one of my big antique lamps over onto the table. I would love to have an armadillo holding a Lone Star beer bottle to sit right in front of that. Hams is good, don't get me wrong. I've drank a lot of Hams beer in my time, probably because it's only $6 a case. But yeah, once I found Belhaven, that's a good Scott beer. Love Hams from the land of sky blue water. I would like an armadillo and a pet raccoon. You get leprosy off armadillo. All your skin will fall off. You won't have near as pretty hands after you've loved on an armadillo um, as what you do now. You'll get leprosy from armadillo. Kind of like getting herpes from a koala bear. Always wear your pants around a koala bear. Now, we aren't close to being done yet. Turn your butt back on. Stroh's is good. I have not seen Stroh's since the 1980s. I've not had a Stroh's. That's what my dad used to drink before switching to Bud Light. So, when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, he switched over to Bud Light. I didn't like it near as much as Stroh's. But tastes change as you get older, I guess. Do you? I didn't know that. Don't mess with them. They got leprosy. You get scratched. It's all over. Belmont Beverage sells it. Huh. I did not know that. Stroh's was king around here in the 70s. My dad had Stroh's beer cans dating back to the 60s. They used to make those really decorative cans, like Pepsi and Coke does during Christmas time and stuff. But they used to have these beautiful, elaborately painted, done up cans and stuff. The old man had boxes on top of boxes of empty cans that he had saved from the 60s. And, then when I got old enough to notice what he drank, I had to, pop my first one. That stuff was good. But then again, he's 83 years old now. You know, he finally quit smoking after 65 years. And, but before he quit smoking, he was smoking ultra lights. And when I was growing up, he was smoking Camel non-filters and Lucky Strikes. So for you guys that have been around for a few years, I'm sure you remember Camel non-filters and Lucky Strikes. Back when you paid 50 cents a pack for cigarettes. I used to smoke candy cigarettes. Candy cigarettes and bubblegum cigarettes. That's what I started on. I was addicted till the very first time I tried to light one of them and realized how terrible that taste was. After that, decided I'd just smoke them without lighting them. Let's not forget Pall Malls. It was Pall Mall Ultralights is what him and Mom finally switched to before they quit smoking. Pall Mall Ultralights. So filtered that breathing that smoke in was about like taking a breath of air. You didn't taste anything. You could put a Kleenex around the filter and try to draw smoke, and it wouldn't even leave a mark on the Kleenex. Back to work. Catch you later. All right, Scully. You be careful, my friend. Take care, and we'll catch you later. Schlitz is horrible. Schlitz has always been horrible. Schlitz. I mean, I would drink it if I went to somebody's house and that's all they had. Unless they had a liquor store down the road, then I'd go get something else to drink. but free is free, regardless of how you look at it. So I've drank my share of Schlitz. Then I went to the real thing. I guess the bubblegum ones, Blue Smoke. The candy ones used to have a red tip on them, but I quit doing that either they're just white candy stick. I bought some for my kids about a month ago. Oh, they quit, not you quit. I got you. I'm talking Pall Mall non-filters, not the 70 millimeter shorties like Camels and Luckies, but yeah, I've seen the non-filter Pall Malls before. You're not going to find very many non-filter anything cigarette wise anymore. The Surgeon General has determined that smoking um, non-filter stuff is not good for your health unless you get Native American made cigarettes off the reservation. There's a brand of cigarette they sell in North Carolina called Windwalkers, and a couple times several years ago, Mom and Dad, whenever they would go to South Carolina to visit my uncle and my cousins and stuff down there, they'd stop by the res and they'd pick me up a couple cartons of those things, like $12 a carton, and they were some good cigarettes, and there was no Surgeon General's warning on them. They were natural tobacco, no additives, had a natural cotton filter, no additives. They were good. But since my uncle passed away, they don't ever go that way anymore. So I don't get my Windwalkers anymore. Bought a bottle of Traveler whiskey on Friday, but haven't opened it yet. My grandpa used to roll his own cigarettes. I've known a lot of people that roll their own cigarettes. Man, I'll tell you what, I have found. We went to the wife's uncle's birthday party here a couple weekends ago, and they must have had 20 different flavors of Old Smoky Moonshine in that place. They had the banana, they had the grasshopper, they had apple pie, they had peach, they had orange, they had dreamsicle, they had everything. I wish we had an Old Smoky store somewhere around here because I found so many flavors of Old Smoky Moonshine that I just absolutely positively love. It was absolutely incredible. That dreamsicle tasted just like an orange and ice cream dreamsicle. The wild orange, that stuff smack you a couple times. And of course, there was like 20 people there, so everybody had these bottles spread all over the garage where we had this thing at, which it's just man cave. It's not a garage, but they bottles just kept passing around the room. People would fill up their shot glasses and passed around the room. They must have had 10 or 12 different flavors of Old Smoky there. And by the time the wife and I left, every one of them was empty. Every one of them. We can find Old Smoky here in a lot of places. We can find it here, but it's so freaking expensive here. Just the little bottles. They're charging 5, 7, $8 for. You go getting into the mason jars. They're selling it for 20, 25, $28 a jar. I ain't paying that price. Lord, when I was younger, the only moonshine I knew was liquid death. Set your car on fire with that stuff back when we were younger, man. Them that natural made Virginia corn squeeze and stuff. Wow. I remember my dad brought some of that back from Virginia when him and my uncle went out deer hunting one time. Went out to my uncle's brother's place. Dad brought back a jar of that. When I think I was 9 when he brought it back. When I got married the first time, there was still about 2/3 of that jar left down there. It had been sitting underneath his gun cabinet for all those years. As far as I know, he's still got that bottle all these years later, like 43 years later, and there's probably none missing out of it. That stuff is rocket fuel right now. Good morning, Bud Files. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Same price when you go to the distillery, if not more expensive. See, I was really surprised that um, it's set like that because I have been to like the city, didn't have the money to spend on a bottle or a jar when I was there, but I've seen it. The big bottles I have seen, 14, $15. Um, but didn't have the money to get any of it. Every once in a while, when Steph has a card night, one of the girls will bring over a bottle, or a couple of them will bring over jars, and it'll get stuck in our freezer. That's the only way I've been getting it is when the girls come over here to play cards, they leave it here. So, been to the distillery and the Smokies a few times. Yeah, I figured that's probably where he was picking the stuff up he was bringing me on your regular trips down to Gatlinburg. Um, don't forget, guys, as soon as March rolls around, I will be attempting to get a second job. I don't know if it's going to be part time or full time. Um, Got to do something. I'm getting tired of not having the money to do anything. Oh, at least by working another 4, 6, or 8 hours a day. I mean, I've got 16 hours a day or 16 more hours a day than I already spend at work that I don't sleep. So, if I can get another job or two more part-time jobs, or even, another part-time and a full-time job, um, that still gives me 4 hours a day to sleep. So I stay away from Gatlinburg. Way too touristy for my liking. It was very touristy the last time I was there. I thought that's where your family. No, I thought that's where your family was down by Gatlinburg. Well, where your sisters are at was down there around Gatlinburg. Knoxville. Oh, I thought they were down around Gatlinburg. Because the last time you guys went down there, I thought you sent me back pictures from Gatlinburg. Well, that just goes to show you how good my memory is. My clock shut off. Oh, about 7 minutes. We went to dinner in Pigeon Forge. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Now, see, to me, Pigeon Forge with Dollywood and stuff there, um, especially since she's a regular at there at Dollywood, um, which I don't know how she does it, man. How she puts up with those crowds and stuff at her age is absolutely amazing. But I have seen videos and photos of her just walking around the park, meeting with folks. I don't know how she does it. I mean, I'm 30 years younger than she is, and I don't want no part of it. Well, y'all, as soon as this weather breaks and stuff, we're going to start our investigations back up. I need to get with Mark and figure out where we can go and what we can do. Um, like I said, I am telecommunicating with a few different folks. Um, crowds annoy the heck out of me. I go to hike in nature. That's how I prefer to be. Give me a walking stick and a good pair of boots and a backpack, and I'm just happy as can be. But I am working, talking to a few different people about trying to get TV time. They are currently searching out um, new paranormal shows. Of course, I'm going to avoid Discovery because of certain individuals who like to lay threats down like it's going to be him or me. Um, so, we'll probably do something a little different with that one. But it'll pull me away from these jobs and I'll get to travel. And that I want to do before I'm too old to enjoy it. Haven't gone home this year yet, but still looking for property. It's like I've told you 100 times, you're not supposed to move further away from us. You got to get closer to us. There's a lot of really cool places for sale right here in town. I ain't moving to Michigan. I knew I was going to get that. You've been doing so well with the snow this year. I just can't believe that. I'm surprised that Jay has not pulled out Big Red and tied one of those little plastic disc sleds to the back of it and pulled you all around the neighborhood and stuff behind Big Red. I just can't believe that as much as you have been loving that snow down there and how pretty it is falling from the sky. I just cannot believe that he is not pulling you around behind Big Red, reliving your childhood and getting as much out of it as you possibly can. Who knows? Maybe the next time Mom and Dad come up here, I'm going to have them bring that old Western Flyer, that old Western Auto wood and metal sled that Dad used to pull us behind in the '77 Ford pickup that he had when he would take me and my sister out in the country, and he'd pull us 20, 25, 30 mile an hour behind that truck up and down them country roads. And then when you come up here next, I'm going to give it to you guys. So you got something to take back down home that's a little safer than a plastic disc to sit in. We used to lay down on it and just let him go to town. Of course, it was really funny when he'd hit a bump in the snow or something like that, throw my sister off in the ditch and, you know, flip the sled over, and thank God for the snow and ice, or I would have had pavement burn like crazy, because I'd hold on to those handles for dear life and just let him drag me. So that's we used the hood from a '54 Chevy. Speaking of Big Red, I have to take it to the dealer tomorrow. Check engine light stays on. So they'll have to take the gas tank off and replace the sensor. Oh no, not the Big Red. Big Red don't need minor surgery yet. We have Jay's old sled. Gotta love them old sleds. Gotta love them old sleds. We use the hood from a '54 Chevy. Now that's a sled. Unfortunately, she does. That poor thing. Well, guys and gals, it is about that time. It is about time for me to be like we used to use hoods from cars. Hey, entertainment can be found in numerous ways, whether they're safe and healthy or not. But you guys all have a great day. It was fun once again sitting down talking to y'all. Um, for those of you on this eastern part of the state, or the eastern part of the country, be careful. Winter's not over yet, and Mother Nature is a fickle girl this year. I think people have forgotten about her, and so she is reminding everybody that she is still in charge. So, but you guys all take care. Y'all have a great day. Have a great week. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay warm. And, Drew, hit me up when you get the chance to discuss this paranormal season. Gotcha, bud. She needs whiskey and a Midol. She needs a lot more than that. Father Time needs to find her out and give her a little something, because she's just mean this year. But I will do it, Mark. I will do it. I'll get a hold of you here real soon, and we'll. Hey, Squatchy, we were just walking out the door, brother. Just walking out the door. But you guys all take care and stay warm, stay safe. And we'll catch you next Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll do it all again. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll holler at you all later. You guys all take care.